Günceli hala
Artı 18 galiba.
Hala çarpı 2'deyiz. Biraz koşturacağız. Heh. Stüdyo. Abim taklayı görüyor musun ya?
İnanılmaz.
Lazım.
Sen de böyle çıkıp atsana bir takla.
Atayım. Sen iste.
Akar.
Atıyorum şu anda.
Çok iyi attın.
Tamam. Bak 2 tane boşluk var, 1 tane boşluk var. Oraya bir şey gider.
Solda Xbox işareti var abi. Altta
Oha
da 24.
oha oha 24 2024 Xbox mı?
FIFA 2024.
Ben inanamıyorum. Obsidian aha geliyor.
Geldi ya.
Bence ama milletin beklediği bir oyun olmayacak Avowed.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment.
Ben
I'm so
unuttum bile,
proud to
ismini
share
hatırlıyorum
with you our
sadece.
upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and
Max hepsi verilir. İstersen 48K da verirsin. Olay zaten verememek değil. Bitrate'in mantıklı olmaması.
There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about
Bu arada
combat
gameplay güzel olmuş.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we develop
Skyrim'den daha iyi gözüküyor. Peri güzeldi.
Spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range
daha
of
güzel
enemy
gözüküyor
types.
lan.
It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time
Kıyas
decisions
Skyrim'e,
about when to
kıyas
use your
Skyrim tabii.
abilities, powerful melee attacks,
Yani kıyas RPG
parries,
oyunu.
and special attacks.
RPG oyunlarının çünkü iyisi yok
If you choose to approach combat
bu
with the
konuda.
one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner.
Fallout var abi. Fallout'ta da çok kötü ya, yapma. Witcher 3'te de kötü arkadaşlar. Witcher 3'te adama vurduğunu hissetmiyorsun. Dönme tuşuna basıyorsun, dönüyor. Fallout 4'ü hatırlamıyorum, olabilir. Fallout 4 olabilir. 3'te ben New Vegas'ta yoktu.
To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
Of çok iyi çaktı.
Dual-wield wands to feel like
Dual
a
wield
gun.
wand çok iyiymiş ya. Double wand daha
You can
güzel
use your
oğlum.
enchanted wand to freeze enemies and then use your
Yapar
offhand weapon's
yazdım
power
okulda
attack to shatter
Oğlum bir
them.
önceki mesajını yazsana onun
We worked
yerine.
hard
Daha
to keep you
mantıklı olsa
constantly
o
engaged
daha
as
mantıklı
battles
olmaz
unfold
mıydı?
by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Lux Shop'ta şey tekrar gelir, stoklar tekrar girmeyecek. Bitti. Yani Bolt'un bitti. Sushi'ler var sadece şu anda. Bitince bitiyor ne yazık ki çünkü. Oyuna
Some
şöyle
quests in
kaldı.
Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle,
Benim
it's
beklediğimden
up to
daha
you
iyi şu
to
anda oyun.
determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Büyü bayağı keyifli hissettiriyor.
Evet ya, Türkiye tarafında bitrate çok düşük gibi hissettiriyor bende de. Bir şeye bakayım. 31 piksel gibi hissettiriyor.
It's a fault. It's a fault.
Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them. Just a
Making the right choice isn't
Abi
always
Türkçe
what it
altyazıyı
seems.
çöp ediyoruz,
We
anla
embrace
ki.
moral nuance and gray areas.
Yani
Trusting players.
çünkü bayağı farklı. Belki burada altyazı vardır.
Oh no, burada da mı?
take everyone's. Our families deserve to
Ha,
know
zaten
we fought
İngiliz
and
varmış.
died for
İngiliz'ten dümdüz oto çeviri
Making
yapsak
the right
olur.
choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and
Dümdüz çeviri
it was so
yapmış.
dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I
İngilizce
can't
altyazı
face
kafi
those monsters
şimdilik.
alone.
Aa,
But I
çok
have to
kalite
know anyone
farkı
else
var,
can
evet.
help. Of course he did.
Yani gözüm
Sergeant
acıyor
Asui
abi.
never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave.
Ya bak, herifin dişlerini görünce abi Kanye West bütün dişlerini titanyum
But if you
yapmış.
confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of
Hepsinin
the
yeni oyunu bu,
battle as
evet.
an act of
Bütün
cowardice,
dişlerini söktürmüş,
then he
titanyum
might
diş
challenge you
yaptırmış
to a
kendine.
fight to
Manyak,
reclaim
deli bir
his
şey oldu bu
honor.
herif.
Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we
Söktürmemiştir ya.
built. Art director Matt Hansen and the
Vallahi,
team have worked to
yani
create a
bir
unique,
bak.
colorful, and dynamic visual
Boyatmıştır,
style.
gümüşe boyatmıştır.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of
Evet,
untamed
850 bin
valleys
dolara
with
yaptırmış
widely
bir de.
varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of
Starfield'la aynı oyun
Shatterscarp,
motoru değil.
you
Aynı
might
ekip
notice
bile
off
değil
in
oğlum.
the distance a vibrant jewel of color.
Hemen canım
By
sizin de. En iyi haberiniz, hoş
transitioning
geldin.
from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the
Oğlum,
coming
tabii ki de
months,
örümcek
and we can't
koyacaklar.
wait for
Bir
you to
RPG oyunda
explore the
örümceğin
Living
olmaması
Lands
oyunun
when
kötü
Avowed
olmasıdır.
launches this fall.
This fall, hadi bakalım, tarih verdiler. Oğlum beklediğimden çok daha iyi gözüküyor bu arada ben. Benim mi umudum bunda çok düşüktü bilmiyorum. Ben ilk trailer'ı gördükten sonra, gerçek gameplay'i gördükten sonra biraz umudumu kaybetmiştim. Bu gameplay çok keyiflendirdi beni. Toparlamışlar belki de. Buradaki her şey Game Pass'te var. Çünkü yani Microsoft'un resmi şeyleri, yani kendi stüdyoları. Yani buradaki 4 oyunun 4'ü de zaten. Aha, Hellblade.
Geldi ya.
Bir suratımı bağırsın da bir rahatlayayım.
Fısıldasın, bağırmasın. Kulağına böyle.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. and the team is working hard to bring you
Final
an
months diyor,
unforgettable
bak
journey
bitiriyoruz diyor.
into Senua's
Çıkacak
unique
diyor.
world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a
Çok
shorter,
güzel gözüküyor ya.
narrative-led experience
Nasıl bir
that
görüntü
focuses
ya,
on the
cidden
things
o
that we
taşlar,
really care
dağlar.
about, and that we hope you care about too.
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Bu taşlar bu oyunda niye bu kadar iyi ya? Baksana yani.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push
Nasıl bir
Senua
kamera
to her
açısı, ben
limits.
gerildim. Arkadaşlar bu oyunun gameplay'i zaten gördüğünüz her şey gameplay. Bu oyunun gameplay'i hep böyle.
On Saga,
Hani
we've
bunda
taken
koşup
everything to the
adam
next
öldürüp
level.
çekip yere vurup
With a new
bilmem ne
motion
yapmıyoruz ne
capture
yazık ki.
space, a bigger
Öyle bir oyun
stage
arıyorsan
team, a
bu oyun
stunt
öyle bir
crew
oyun
and a
değil.
new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture
Ya
shoots,
Alan Wake'den
thinking of what
%50
events would
hatta
be good
%80
to
daha az
bring
gameplay
into this
şey olacak
fight.
hani.
Like, how can we make
Yürümezsin
this
bu oyun.
fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the
Yani tabii ki de
sequel.
kombatlar var ama yani çok yani kombat değil
One of
bunun
our
olayı.
key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me.
Bu herifler
On stage, our main focus
ilk
is
oyunu
story.
yaparken stüdyolarında 4 tane kamera takıp 4 tane 9 tane kamera takıp bir tane odayı motion capture'a çevirmişlerdi. Öyle yapmışlardı ilk oyunu. Bayağı bildiğin stüdyonun bir bölümünde boşaltıyorlardı şeyleri, masaları. Orada
Every discipline in the studio
6
is
tane
unified
kamerayı
in
koyup 9
achieving
tane
a deep
kamerayı
level of
koyup
immersion to help
çekiyorlardı.
suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
Çok öyle fotoğrafları var.
We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus on
Oyundaki
immersion,
audio çok fucked
binaural
up bu arada,
audio
evet, adam
is perfect
delirtiyor.
for this because through headphones You surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you and it's a very beautiful experience.
Very beautiful. Ya bu çok özgün bir oyun ha. Çok farklı bir oyun. Hani ayrı bir deneyim bu. Tamamen tek başına ayakta duran bir oyun.
Fast and deep is not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special.
Tabii Bloodborne
we are also
geliyor.
working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Bak güzel bir güne yakın demiştim size. Doğum günden bir gün önce.
Hayır abi, benim doğum günümden 7 gün sonra.
Aa, benim doğum günümden bir gün önce, hadi bakalım.
7 daha iyi, bir hafta diyebilirsin hemen.
Bu da yazıldı. Oy tarih verildi.
Bu gerçekten inanılmaz.
Aha başka biri geliyor.
Kimsiniz? Kim?
Kim geliyor? Square Enix geliyor. Square Enix geliyor. Final Fantasy geliyor. Final Fantasy. Kojima değil lan o.
Ne bileyim, hep o gizli şey oluyor. Çok gizli bir adam.
Geldi ya. Vallahi geldi ya. İzlemiş şerefsiz herif. Yuu.
Ayıp ettin. Geldi ya, Japon geldi.
Greetings Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada. Producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix.
Niye güldün adama?
Adama girmedim ya, sana güldüm.
Xbox userの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。
Bütün manaları mı getirecekler şeye?
1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として
誕生して以降、
マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる
Her şeyi getiriyor. 16'yı da bilgisayara çıkarıyoruz, bir de getiriyoruz vesaire Game Pass'e. Ben desem yok.
Sen ne yapıyorsun orada?
Ben
şok olurum 16'yı getirse, indiririm bir de.
これまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界を
bir Amerika'daki 50 yaşındaki dede seviyor. Bir de Japonlar.
自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
Ne kadar güzel gözüküyormuş lan yine oyunu. Asla
シリー
oynamayacağım.
ズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Şeye benziyor, Dragon Quest miydi? Slime'da. Güzeldi.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である 石井浩一さんと共に
Tabii.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内
İşte
容を
bu
紹
adam
介していき
heyecanlanıyor.
たいと思います
Hello, I am
Hello.
Koichi Ishii from Grabs.
Bu adam
I am
aynı
so
ben.
happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたち
Direkt salmaları peki. Böyle iki cümle, üç cümle yapıyor. Bluetooth is ready to connect yapıyor. Sonra direkt
本
salıyor.
作では
Ama
初めは
kafi değil
ド
mi?
ット絵から
Kafi adam onu bence hiç konuşmasınlar daha ona da okeyim ben.
最新化して聖剣伝
Ama
説
heyecanını
ビジョンズ・オブ・マナ
sığdıramıyordur
に
için.
落とし込むかデザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いてこれまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけでは
Abi
なく
keşke bu oyuna para yatıracağınızı Yakuza'ya getirseydiniz.
しっかり
Hadi
と
bakalım.
表現できているのでバトル中
Gerçekleri
はモンスタ
konuşuyoruz.
ーたちの表情にも
Yakuza
注
istiyorum
目し
ben.
てください
Ne güzel combo
これまで
atıyor havada
聖
işte.
剣伝説シリ
Yakuza
ーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています
Güzel de gözüküyor lan oyun.
Bir de silah
新たな
verilse
仲間を
eline.
考えるにあ
Oy.
たっては
Bu kadar hype'lı
今
şu
作
an
のマスコ
görmem
ットキャ
mesela.
ラクターに
Yayın
な
dışı
るくら
oynuyorum
い
çünkü
可愛い
Yakuza'yı. Yayında
同棲したい
oynayabileceğim
と
bir oyun
い
değil
う
bence.
漠
Bu
然と
genizin
した
oynarım.
思いがありました
Ki ben yeni başladım. Geçen sene
その
ondan
上
önceki
で
senemde oynadım
ヨ
ilk
ークシャ
defa.
テリアの毛並み
Game
見た
Pass'e
目ある
gelince
ま
ilk
でに
defa
よく似
oynadım.
た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子
Ama
供と
çok
いっ
keyif
た
aldım
具
yani.
体的なイメージが浮かんできてそれぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしましたデザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら
Oy çok
足の
tatlı.
長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていきピックルは誕生しました
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも
Anama sövdüğü bir hissediyorum. Biliyor musun? Alt yazı hiç doğru
素晴
değildi.
らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思いま
Gömdü
す
yani.
過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており冒険の没入感を高めてくれます探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化され
Ama
ています
Mana benim hiç ilgimi çekmiyor ya. O
空
seri.
中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており
Çekecek bu oyunu
海での
indireceğim
攻
abi.
撃だけで
İndirmeyeceğim
な
abi.
く魔法での攻撃も可能になっています
Bedava abi.
そ
İndirmeyeceğim.
して本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが
Oynanır
そ
ha
の
bu.
力を宿した武器を使うと
Kötü gözükmüyor bu arada. Ben o yani
Bayağı keyifli
bayağı
gezdi.
keyifliye gözüküyor ama büyük ihtimal
精霊によ
oynamayacağım.
ってはさまざまな特性の違いがありますのでその効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます
オリジナルモンスターやピックルにも注目してほしいのですが聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは
Şu
聖
cekete
剣
bak.
伝説らしさを
Ceket gerçekten.
感じてもらえる作品になるよう
Var var yani Japonya'da bir hiyerarşi var. Gittikçe mesela hani oyun üreticisi hani büyük bir oyun üreticisi olunca gelip sana ceket veriyorlar. Hepsi böyle bir ceket giyiyor.
楽しみにしています
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユ
Başka
ーザ
ne
ーの
havalı
皆さんにお
şeyi
届けす
gördün
る
mü?
本作
Cümle 50
聖
kere
剣伝説
paylaştı.
ビジョンズ・オブ・マ
Saat
ナは
çıkarıyor bir
今
tane.
後もさまざまな情報をお届けしてい
Death
きますので
Stranding saati çıkarıyor.
ぜひ
Görmedin
ご期
mi?
待くださ
Ha
い
gördüm gördüm.
この夏
Çok iyi değil mi?
この忘れられない冒
ben çok
険を
saat seven bir insan
Xbox ユ
değilim
ーザーの
ya.
皆さんに
Ama
楽しんでい
güzel
ただける
gözüküyor.
日
Ben
が
daha iyi saat
今から
takıyorum
待ち
da.
きれません
Güzel gözüküyor. Kojima abi
PC'de
pişiriyor bir
geliyor.
şeyler. Oyun dışı hariç
Summer
her şeyi yapıyor.
2024. Hadi bakalım. Gerçekten oyun dışında her bok yapıyor ya. Podcast falan da yapıyoruz. Spotify'la.
Ha. Seviyor ya, dolaşıyor. İlham alıyor etraftan.
Aha. Ben bunu hiç hatırlamıyorum ya.
Ben de hiç bir fikrim yok. Strateji oyunu mu?
Bilmiyorum ki, öyle beğenen ona benziyor. Oxide zaten.
Bilmiyorum, tam strateji oyunu karakterine benziyor. Kesinlikle strateji oyunu, tam öyle karakterler.
Oxide şey değil miydi aslında? İlk önce Minecraft'ın yan oyununu yapmışlardı. Ondan sonra hatırladım bunu. Civilization yapıyorlardı. Evet.
It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand
bedava
your
Civilization
nation,
her
govern
türlü
your
yerim.
people, and engage
Ben
with your
Civilization
rivals
çok
on the
seviyorum. Strateji
international
oyunlarında en
stage.
sevdiğim oyun
But it
türü.
isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their play style.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world,
detayları yapmışlar. Çünkü Civilization'da detay var ama çok yok.
The vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might. Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Piramittir, carttır, curttur. En çok rushladığım şey bu.
Prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Müthiş bir şey.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique
Ama
challenge to the
sıkıntı
player that
kültür
they
rush'ta
generally won't see
yanında
often
da
in the 4X
militer
genre.
rush atanlar varsa
Succeeding at
içinden geçiyor.
balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest
Bu ne
into
zaman
all
acaba?
manner
Kim
of
bitmişe
goods and toys.
gözüküyor. Bitmiş gibi
Those are
gözüküyor
the
oğlum bu oyun.
foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning.
Evet,
It
ben
rewards
de
players who
yazı
can see the
beklemezler gibi
strategic outcome
hissediyorum.
of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective.
Türkiye var mı?
Cultures and societies throughout the millennia,
En
the
Türk.
broadest lens possible.
Bizans var. Lan Türkiye yok. Lan Bizans var.
Military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Ara for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level
Güzelmiş.
of mountain
Wildlife'ın
lions to a
gelip
player's citizenry.
sikmesi falan hoş olay.
Years of hard work.
Barbar yine. Barbar da vardır da.
Like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Ara is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play
Bir aralık
Ara
vereydiniz
and to
bari.
create your own history.
Fall. Fall güzel. Fall bayağı dolu. Machine Games'i de görelim ya. Ben Indiana Jones'u çok merak ediyorum. Aha geliyor. Ben Machine Games'i çok seviyorum. Çok iyi ekip. Yani Wolfenstein'ı sıfırdan geri uyandırdılar.
Uppsala, Sverige. Här
Uppsala.
hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game,
Doğru, bu oyunda Todd çalışıyordu. Oh no!
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to.
Bakalım nasıl
Let's take our
gözüküyor.
first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Bir de grafikler de önemli.
Uyandım.
Hoş geldin abi.
Hoş buldum abi. Niye Bethesda adam vardı ekranda?
Bir şey yapma ya. Gerçi bu adamlar Nazi düşmanı olduğu için de Nazi ile alakalı her oyunu yaptılar. Wolfenstein'da gibi. Güzel gözüküyor.
Şey çok güzel duruyor art style. Tam Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones Nazi oğlum zaten. O siktir çok iyi gözüküyor. Şeyi çok iyi yapmışlar Indiana Jones'u.
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me. Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw
Neden bulmaca öyle oğlum Indiana Jones? Yani öyle olmayacak.
you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Hem third hem first person bu arada galiba.
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me. It ain't a walk in the park.
Adam pompalıya kırbaç çekiyor.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
Oy.
Yok ya first belli. Hikaye güzelse çok zevkli olur bu.
Protector of the
Golden Circle.
The Great Circle.
Bunun da şeyine 2,5 sene önce mi ne? Gitti.
You have any idea how old that was?
Indiana Jones is such
Niye sadece
an
uçaktan
iconic
uçağa
character,
atlaması
and he
ilginç
means so
geldi
much to so
herkese?
many
Adam
people.
kırbaç çekiyor pompalıya. Daha
Everyone here at the
ilginç değil mi?
studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have
Sen de
been fans
çekersin
of the
abi.
movies and the character for
Ben
years.
çekmem abi.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Zaten bu adamlar first person'cı, o yüzden
Whether
third
it's
person'a geçersiniz
cracking a whip,
geçebilirler daha iyi.
solving puzzles in ancient temples, or
Güzeli
seeing Knuckles go
benziyor.
bloody in a fist fight.
Vay bir de
All
Game
of
Pass
these
oy.
moments are much more intense in first person. But we
Arada
still
Bu arada
want to have those
Hogwarts şeyi
moments.
kırmış,
Seeing his
13 mü
iconic
17
silhouette
yıldır
with
mı
a hat
arka arkaya olan
and whip.
rekoru kırmış.
And so for things like cutscenes,
13 yıldır veya 17 yıldır tam o yılı hatırlamıyorum.
we pull the camera
Sadece
back for
Call of Duty
third-person view.
ve sadece Call of Duty ve Rockstar oyunları birinci oluyormuş sadece. İlk defa farklı bir oyun olmuş.
Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in
Oğlum
and
o
rushes to
devam tabii
confront
de
the
gelir.
thief in
Herifler
the college
para
museum.
bastı.
The
Neyle bineceğiz?
mysterious giant
Satışta.
man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact.
En fazla satan oyun olmuş.
Curiosity. Following
Bu
the trail,
senenin.
Indiana heads to the Vatican
2023'ün
hoping
daha
to learn
doğrusu.
why this particular relic was stolen and discovers that things aren't what
İyi
they
oyundu
appear.
ama.
Ben keyif aldım. Daha iyi olabilirdi. Temeli iyiydi. Ya şeydi be. Assassin's Creed 1-2 gibi olsun inşallah. Bir sonraki çok iyi olsun. Ki Assassin's Creed 1'e göre çok daha iyiydi. Temel olarak konuşursak.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
Tomb Raider tarzı bir oyun olacak. Tomb Raider veya Uncharted gibi bir şey olacak abi bu. Ama Indiana Jones. Ve first person'da kalana kadar değiştirecek.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter.
Bu ne zaman çıkacak aslında onu merak ediyorum.
She's been tracking
Sanki bu da 2024.
Now she's found an ally in this determined American professor.
Bunu da follow attılar gibi düşünüyorum aynen.
Are intertwined and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Ya 25 yapacaklarsa da Mart'a kadar çıkarsınlar. Çok kaşınmasınlar çünkü yani.
Our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely.
Bu arada güzele benziyor.
He's
Kötü karakter.
with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect for
Niye ki? 25'te denk gelebilecekleri başka bir şey var. Erken çıkarmaları lazım ondan.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Problem olabilir. Yani ilk böyle Mart Mayıs'a kadar çıkardılar sonrası biraz falso oluyor yani.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that makes us melee
Kötü adam güzel olmuş, ben de beğendim. Ya bu tür oyunlarda iyi kötü adam lazım abi. Kötü adam oyunu keyfi yapıyor. Kötü adamın motivasyonu, şeyi.
And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd
Güzel
expect
olmuş lan.
from Indie's whip,
Kırbaç.
and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Güzel. Indiana Jones böyle olmalı. Let's go to birinci canım sıkıldı. En iyi evrensel hoş geldin. Ya puzzle'lar bol bol
I
olmalı
want to
abi.
thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine
Değil mi?
Games is known for
Ben var ya
creating
bu
these
herifler şey
rollercoaster
yapsın çok
experiences
isterim.
with huge set pieces,
Mandalorian,
surprising twists
FPS.
and immersive narratives. It's exciting
Çok yakışır
for
bu
us that we have
stüdyoya.
been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what
RPG bu herifler
makes us.
RPG yapamaz. Bu herifler dümdüz hikayeli FPS oyunu Machine Games ve yani mükemmel oturabilecek bir ekip.
Incredible adventure and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Aha,
and I
bak.
cannot wait to share more soon.
Ulan Todd herifler şeyi çaldı. Ha 2024. Ama Q'da F oğlum işte. Dileriz 2024. Tam da tarihte vermediler. Fall'da demediler. Winter'a da kayabiliriz. Bu belli değiliz. Bu belli değil. Hareketi bu arada. Aynen.
Direkt yayını bitirseler şu an.
Büyük ihtimalle öyle olacak. Aha. Ne oluyor? Outro sizzle bitti.
Hadi böyle bitti. Ama direkt bitirmediler işte.
Evet.
Outro ver. Öyle
Evet. Kafi. Adam o yeter. Indiana Jones ben Indiana Jones'u merak ettim. Ya Indiana Jones gerçekten ilgimi çekti açıkçası benim.
Bloodborne yine yok.
Bloodborne abi şey olmuş. 60 FPS patch'i getireceklermiş. O yüzden
Trafiğe
bekliyorum.
kalmış.
60 FPS. O kötü olmuş.
Niye yok ya?
Allah tüh ya. Nasıl ya? Ben Avowed'u beklemiyordum. Yani şöyle söyleyeyim. Buradaki şu anda en çok ilgimi çeken şey Avowed oldu. Ve en az ilgimi çeken şeyin Avowed olacağını düşünüyordum. O beklemediğim bir şeydi. Benim açımdan böyle şey oldum. Evet. Hoş gözüküyor.
Keyifli oyunlar. Strateji oyunu hariç.
En az ne oldu ilgimi çeken? Düşünem. Ya
strateji.
Elinde sona ara en az oynayacağım büyük ihtimalle olacak. Büyük ihtimalle ara olacak. Mana'yı düşünmüyorum bile. Mana şeyin içinde bile yoktu.
Yani... Ben Mana'yı unuttum gösterildiğinde. Ben fark ettim.
Ben de chat deyince hatırladım tekrardan Mana'yı. Ben de unutmuşum.
Mana Game Pass'e gelince bir indiririm ben.
Ya bu arada harbiden bu Machine Games bir Nazilerden çok nefret ediyor. Çok hoş bir şey bu tabii. Ama yani bayağı nefret ediyor. Adamların her yaptığı oyunda yani Dünya Savaşı'ndaki Nazileri bitirdiler. Şimdi Indiana Jones'daki Nazileri dövmeye başladılar.
Net bir tavırları var abi.
Evet çok stüdyo Nazi dövme üzerine kurulu. Hoş yani de. Neyse.